Hello students, I am here with another video from the chapter of class 7th NCERT book, that is Light. This is chapter number 15th of class 7th NCERT book. Now before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in this chapter. So far I have told you about the chapter, the word light we have started with, which means that it is a form of energy and it helps in the formation of, this is going to help us in the in seeing this world. Okay, so light as well as our eyes are there. So our eyes are responsible for the different types of colors which we are seeing, or we are looking at this beautiful world because of our eyes. Now what if see in night also are we able to see? No, we are not able to see during dark time. Why? Because our eyes are there. So it is the light which is a form of energy which is required, which is helpful in we could be able to see the world just because of this light. Okay, so we require both light and the eyes, and both of these work upon they are going to work with each other, and that is why we are able to see this world. Okay, now next thing what we have discussed in this chapter is that the properties of light. What is the property of light? The properties of light is that first of all it travels in a straight line, and we have proved this with the help of an activity that light travels in a straight line. Okay, next thing what we have seen was the next property of light, that was its reflection. Now what is that reflection? A reflection means it is the bouncing back of light. It is a property of light where the light is going to bounce after striking any shiny surface or any reflecting surface. Now mirror is an example of reflecting surface. Reflecting surfaces are of two types. One could be plain reflecting surface, or another could be the rough reflecting surface. Okay, so if we talk about the plain reflecting surface, it means that we are talking about the mirrors. Okay, we are talking about different plain shiny surface which is because of which we are able to reflect the light. Okay, light is going to bounce. Okay, now what happens? See, when the light is striking a plane surface, it is going to move in, it is going to change its direction. It is very simple that when a ball is being thrown on the wall, then what happens? The ball comes back. Okay, the ball comes back. If I throw a ball and on the wall, then what happens? It comes back at me. Okay, why this is coming back? This is getting reflected. So the same property, as you could understand by this example, the same property is also shown by the light. What is it? That it travels first of all it travels in a straight line. Now after striking the surface, it bounces back, and this is known as reflection. This property is known as reflection. Now we have also seen the different types of images formed in the plane mirror. Okay, now we have also seen that reflecting surfaces could be it could be cut from the spherical surface or the sphere, and that becomes a curved reflecting surface. Okay, so in that we have studied about two reflecting surfaces. One is a concave and the other one is a convex shape. Okay, so we have studied in the examples, we have studied the different types of concave and the convex mirrors with its image formation, what kind of image they are going to make, and where they are useful. Okay, so in the last class I have given you the uses of concave as well as the convex mirror, children. Okay, so we have seen that these convex mirrors are utilized, they are used for recognizing the objects which are present nearby your vehicle, and you could easily able to see the vehicle which is approaching towards your. Okay, so we can also get a wider view, and it is also utilized for security purpose. So for securities we are using these convex mirrors. Okay, similarly concave mirrors are useful for getting the enlarged image. It is going to be used as the different types of mirrors, like it is used by the dentists. Okay, it is used by the doctors to see it is used to see the nose, eyes. Okay, so yes, so many things are there. And then we have to see the next form of the curved surface, that is the lens. Now it is very much different from the mirrors. Now how this is different from the mirrors, I'll just let you know. So we'll move on to the next topic, that is the lenses. Okay, now what is this lens? What do you mean by the lens? Okay, so we will study about this topic, that is the meaning of. So we will see these lenses, children, and how it is useful in the image formation. Now we will understand. So whenever we are talking about these lenses, how we are going to get these lenses? We are getting these lenses with a curved sphere only. Okay, now what is the difference between a mirror and a lens? Let's find out. What is the main difference between the mirrors and the lens? So what is the main difference? The main difference lies here. This mirror is able, we are able to see the image here. Okay, it helps in the image in which we are able to see. But lenses are used. They are they are transparent, and we are able to get the image on screen. Okay. Fine. Sometimes even with the image is not formed, so at those times we will be able to say that the virtual image is formed, but still it is the transparent part, and the mirrors are the non-transparent. They are not the transparent, they are opaque. Okay, so these are opaque object. They are shiny, they are non-shiny. Okay, they are not shiny, they are just a transparent piece of glass. Now, how many types of mirrors we have studied? We have studied two types of mirrors. One is a concave mirror and the convex mirror. Similarly, lenses are of two types. Okay, now lenses are of two types. First one is the concave lens, and the next is the convex lens. Okay, so next is the convex lens. Now we have seen that there are two types of lenses, children. So it's very easy to understand now, because as we have studied about the mirrors, we can now easily study about these lenses. So you know the shape. You know this concave shape and the convex shape very easily. You can understand with the help of the example of the spoon. Okay, we have also studied about this. And now you will find it a little bit easier to understand this concave lens and the convex lens. Okay, so what about concave lens and what about convex lens? Concave lens means the lenses which has the curved shape, which is curved inwards. Okay, or I should say that in the middle it is tapering. It is very thin in the middle, and they are thick at the edges. They are thick at the edges but thin in the middle. So what is the shape? It is thin in the middle and thick at the ends. They are thick at the ends. Okay, now what else? What about convex lens? Convex lens is like this. Okay, where both the ends are tapering. They are thin ends. The ends are thin, but the mid part is thick. Okay, so this kind of lens, if we are able to see, so where the middle portion is thick is known as the convex lens, and whereas when the middle part is thinner, which is tapering, is known as the concave lens. Okay, now these are the two types of lenses, children. And if I give you the example of lens, as we have seen the mirrors, that mirrors could be of two types, that is the concave and the convex mirrors, and plane mirrors even there are. So plane mirrors are used to see our face, whereas the concave and the convex mirrors are utilized in different ways. Okay, so the image formation is different. Now you might have seen a magnifying glass. Now if I say this example in the form of example where to find glass, you can see that the glasses are these lenses are utilized in the spectacles. In the spectacles, okay, or in the glasses, in the goggles, you are using these lenses. Okay, so these lenses are utilized in making the spectacles. Okay, there are many other ways, there are many other instruments which are made with the help of this glass, with the help of this lens, not rather than, I must say that these are the lenses. Okay, we'll study one by one how is this concave lens and the convex lens utilized and where are they used. Okay, so I think the shape might be clear to you everybody, that this is a concave lens and this one is a convex lens. Okay, so this is very easy to understand the shape by, because it is very similar to the mirrors which we have studied. Okay, now next thing what we have to do is that it is given in your book, the portion which is given in your book is that you might have seen the magnifying glass. It is used to read very small prints. Okay, and you might have also observed the body parts of a cockroach or earthworm using these magnifying glass. Okay, next is that the magnifying glass are actual types of lenses. Okay, so these are the examples where these lenses are being used. So they are used in the magnifying glass and they are helpful in seeing the different parts of very tiny things or very tiny objects. Lenses are widely used in the spectacles, telescopes and microscopes. Okay, so they are used in spectacles are used in telescopes, microscopes, and these lenses are used in different instruments. Okay, try adding few more uses of the lenses in this list. Okay, you could also add the lenses, list of the uses of these lenses and list it out and write it down in your copy, and you can send it in my email. Okay, next thing is that get some lenses and touch and feel them. What do you find? You will find that there are different shapes of the lens. Okay, if you have in your homes, if you have different family members and if they are wearing spectacles, if they are wearing glasses, you can take their glasses. You can ask them to give their glasses for some time, and you could just see, just touch the lenses which are present in their spectacles and observe that what kind of lenses are they wearing. Are they wearing this concave lens or the convex lens? We'll discuss this in the online class. Okay, so please find out what kind of lenses, if the people in your home are wearing the glasses, please find out what kind of lenses they are using. So you could just touch and feel. If you feel a thinner part is in the middle and the thicker at the ends, you could see that this is a concave lens. And if the middle part is thick and the outer parts are thin, then you could easily see that this is a convex lens. Okay, so we'll find out. Fine. Next thing is that you have to touch and feel, and you can also see that some of the lenses are thicker in the middle, whereas they are going to be than the edges, or they are thinner at the edges. So that becomes a convex lens. Fine. Next thing is that when you feel it is thinner in the middle and the outer surfaces are thick, then you could see that these types of lenses are the this concave lenses. Okay, now it could be a transparent part, it could be a transparent piece of glass which is joined together, or if you say that two mirrors are joined and then it becomes a lens, you could rather say like that. Okay, now it is dangerous to look at the sun looking through these lenses. Why it is so dangerous? Because it is going to focus the light. Now what is this word focus? The new word focus has come here. Now we haven't talked about this focus in the mirror part, whereas we have to talk about this focus in this lens part. Okay, now what is this word focus and why it is telling you about what it is telling us, or what it is giving the information regarding the focus. Okay, now if you might have seen, if you take a convex lens or a magnifying glass, okay, you take either of them. If you have a convex lens, or you can take the glass also in your homes. If you have somebody wearing the spectacle having a convex lens in it, so you could just take that glass and just keep it in the sun. Okay, now once the sun is coming at that, it is going to come and the sun is going to come in the at that portion of the lens, and you can observe the spot would be obtained on a piece of paper, or keep a paper down. Okay, what you have to do, you just take a piece of paper and you just keep that paper, and just above it put the convex lens, okay, or a magnifying glass. You can keep the magnifying glass. Now what happens when you are keeping the magnifying glass? What would be the reason for keeping a magnifying glass over there? So when you are keeping the magnifying glass or a convex lens, so we'll take one convex lens. Okay, we'll take one convex. This is a convex lens, and we'll keep one paper here, and we'll allow the sun rays to fall in on this lens. Once the light which is coming here, this is going to fall somewhere here. Okay, we'll get a point, and that will be a very sharp image. Okay, that would be a very sharp or shiny spot will be obtained, shiny spot of light. Now what is it? Where it is formed? Why it is formed? Okay, so here the answer lies in the same, just now I told you one word, that is focus. Focus. Okay, what is this focus? Focus is the point. It is a point where all the light rays are coming and they are just forming a bright spot. Okay, so this bright spot is an example of focus. Okay, where is this forming? This is falling on a point that is very much and it is forming a very bright spot, and that bright spot is formed at the point known as focus. Now what is a focus? Focus is a point where all the lights are concentrating when it is passing from a convex lens. Okay, so please remember that convex lens would always form a very sharp focus, and that could be observed on the screen. Okay, this could be obtained on the screen. Fine. So this is obtained on the screen. Fine. Now next thing is that we will see why the sharp focus is obtained, and it is not obtained in a concave lens. Okay, it is always obtained in a convex lens. So a real focus is obtained. Why? Because it is obtained on a real image is formed by of the sun is formed by this convex lens on the paper. And if this and yes, of course, if you keep this paper, and if the paper is very light, or this is not very thick paper, then what happens after some time? After some time, this catches fire also. So it is not if you can if the light is very bright, and if it is falling on at the focus for a very long time, this paper could burn also. Okay, so this is what is known as the focus. And where is this object, where is this light rays are falling, that point is known as where the sharp bright image is being obtained. So this is known as the focus point. Fine. Next thing is that there are two types of lenses we have discussed. That first is this convex lens, and the next is the concave lens. I'll draw both of them. So one is this convex lens, and the next is this concave lens. Okay, now what is there? So when the light is coming somewhere, suppose that it is coming from a light source, now what happens? This light is getting focused at a point. Okay, now here in this convex lens, what happens? When the light is coming here, it becomes like this. Okay, it is going to be broaden up. So here the light converges. This is known as the light converges. Okay, and here the light diverges. Now what is the meaning of the word converge? Converge means it is coming and concentrating at the same point. Concentrating means it is coming from a source, and it is just coming at one point, one single point. All the light rays are coming and joining at one single point. Okay, so this converges. Whereas here in the next lens, this is the concave, this one is the convex lens, and this is concave lens. Okay, what happens? So this is a concave lens, this is a this is a convex lens, this is a concave lens. Now see children, what is the meaning of the word converge? Converge means to concentrate at one place. All the light rays which are coming, it's not only two rays. See children, there could be many rays. I have drawn only two rays just for the sake of your convenience, that the two rays are coming and joining at a single point, and this is known, these are converging at one point. These are converging, these are concentrating at one point, and that is why it is known as a converging lens. This is known as converging lens. Okay, so convex lens is also known as converging lens. Similarly, the concave lens, where the light rays are just they are scattering, they are broadening up. So this type of light ray is, if it is coming, this is happening, this type of lens is known as diverging lens. Diverging lens, okay? This is known as diverging lens. Okay, so please understand that what do you mean by concave lens and the convex lens. Concave lens means it is also known as a converging, this is known as diverging lens because light is getting diverged, light is getting broadened up, whereas this converging lens, light is getting concentrated. Fine, so light always gets concentrated. So this is known as the converging lens. Okay, children? And now, because of this converging and the diverging property, I think that would be very clear to you all. Where are these lenses used? Now, where we have to converge the light at one single point, there we use this convex lens, and where the light has to broaden up its path, it is used by this diverging lens. Now the telescope, the mirror, the microscopes, the magnifying glass, the spectacles, all these are utilizing these types of lenses. Okay, children? Now you can place the same, you can do the same experiment as written over here. Take a convex lens and fit it on a stand, and then as you did with the mirrors. So place it on the table, place a lighted candle at the distance of about 50 centimeters from a lens, and try to obtain one of the image on the screen. So what would happen? What kind of image would be formed? When we are taking the convex lens, the object placed at different position, you would be able to see that when the object is placed at a very closed at a very close surface, so you will obtain one of the virtual, you could obtain the screen, you could obtain the image on the screen in both the cases. Okay, so the image formation by convex lens depends upon the distance of the object. So please remember that the image formation in the convex lens always depends upon the distance of the, so this depends upon the distance. Please remember, image formation depends on the distance from lens, image of object from lens. Okay, next here, in this case, in this diverging lens or in this concave lens, what would be the answer for your question? What kind of image would be obtained? The image which would be obtained would always, this is going to give you, the image formation is always a virtual in this case. In this case, we will obtain a real image, whereas in this case, we will get the virtual image. Why? Because the lights are getting diverged, and where they are going to converge, they would always converge in the inner side of this lens. So what would happen? We are not able to see the, we are able to see the virtual image only. We are not going to get the, we are not going to get what? We are not going to get the image on the screen. So virtual image is being formed by this diverging lens. Okay, children? So this was all about the lenses and where it is used. Let us understand. So the images which are being formed by the concave and the convex lens have different nature. Please understand. So the convex lens here, they are going to form the real image, whereas this concave lenses are going to form the virtual images. Okay, children? So we have seen the image formation in this concave and the convex lens, children. Okay. Now next what we will do, we will just understand the uses of these concave and the convex lens. So what are the uses of this concave and the convex lens? Let us see. So the uses of concave lens. Okay, so what is the use of concave lens? The use of concave lens is that where it is utilized, we can, first of all, we can easily say that these are used for making glasses, for spectacles. Okay, then second thing, it is used in making the microscopes and telescopes. Fine. Next, where it is used, this is used in the making high quality optical instruments. It is also high quality optical instruments means it could be utilized in the Galilean telescope or in the compound microscopes. Okay, it could also be utilized in cameras. Okay, so this is used in concave lens. Next, it is also used in the spy holes. Okay, what is a spy hole? Spy holes are the holes which are present in the doors. When somebody comes at your door, we look through that small eye hole which is being used for finding out who has come on the door. So without getting any information, we should not open the door. That is why we always put one spy hole in the doors of your home. So these spy holes are having the wide, because we want to have a wider view, so the spy holes are utilizing this concave lens. Okay, so they are utilizing the concave lens. As you know that the shape of the concave lens is like this. So this is also known as the diverging lens. So wider area has to be captured. So for capturing the wider area, these spy holes are utilizing this concave lens, children. Okay, now next thing what we will discuss is the uses of concave lens. Okay, the uses of concave lens now. So I'll just write down the uses of concave lens. So convex lens is utilized, and now the concave lens will also be used. Convex lens, sorry, convex, because concave just now we discussed. Convex lens, again it is used in making the glasses, in making the spectacles. Okay, it is used for treating different eye defects. Second, it is used in cameras. See children, even in our eyes also convex lens is there. In our eyes also convex lens is there, children. Okay, so why this is happening? This is because the shape of the eye, the lens which is present in our eye is also of convex shape. So this convex lens here, the real image is formed. Okay, now when the real image is formed, but it is very tiny, please understand, whenever we are looking through that point, we are looking through some object, that lights are coming in our eyes, and the eye has a lens. Okay, that lens is of this convex in shape. So the light enters and it forms the image on the screen. Okay, so the light enters from the lens and it is going to converge and it forms the image at the screen of our eye, that is known as retina. Okay, so you will study about all these things in your higher classes. Still you should understand that the lens which is present in our eye is also of convex lens. It is also a convex lens. Okay, so understand that where is this used? This is used utilized in the spectacles. It is used in the glasses. Okay, for different eye defects it is going to be treated with. Next, what is there? It is utilized in cameras. As I have written over here, it is used for making magnifying lens. Magnifying lens. Okay, it is used for making magnifying lens. The next thing is that it is used by pharmacists, or it is used by watchmakers and all. So watchmakers are utilizing these lenses for seeing a very small parts of your watch. Okay, as you have seen that they used to keep one small lens in their eye, and over the eye, not inside their eye, just over, and that eye small instrument is there, and they are just utilizing that and to look into that small watch. The parts of the watch are very tiny, so to look, these watchmakers are using they are using this convex lens to magnify and see the tiny objects. Okay, then next, it is also utilized in telescope and microscope. Okay, so this is utilized in telescopes and microscopes. So these are the uses of the convex and the concave lens, children. Okay, so this is also used in projectors. As in our school we are having projectors. You could see that as soon as the light is entering, it is going to focus at one place, and both the combinations of lenses are utilized over there. So whenever we are talking about the cameras and all, so here the combination of lenses are used. So in the eyes also the convex lens is there, and if we are using these convex lens, we could easily focus the things, and then what happens, it is utilized in the spectacles, it is utilized in the glasses, it is utilized for treating the various eye defects, children. Okay, so these convex and the concave lens are utilized for different purposes. Okay, so this was all about the uses of convex and the concave lens, children. So we need to understand that the shape of this lens is going to be very much, it is going to the image formation depends on the shape. So what we have discussed is that we have seen about the transparent body which is able to focus the light, which is able to diverge the light, and these are known as lenses, and it is of two types. Okay, so it is a transparent glass which has the ability to form the image, which has an ability to pass all the light. So please understand that glass which is able to cross the light and forms the image on the screen, that is called as lens. But the mirrors are not transparent, they form images. Okay, we can see the virtual image directly. The plane mirror, the mirrors which we are going to see, our face is visible in that is called the mirror. Whereas the lenses are those which are the transparent curved surface, children. Please remember that these are also a curved surface, but still this is a curved surface, but they are used in making the spectacles. Okay, so it is of two types. One is the convex lens, and the other one is the concave lens. Okay, so the other one is the concave lens. So these are the two types of lenses which we have discussed just now, and I think you all it might be very clear to you all that these two types of shapes of lenses are utilized, and this convex lens is known as the converging lens because it converges the light, and this is also known as diverging lens. These are known as diverging lens. Why? Because they are diverging the light, children. Okay, so whenever we need to magnify anything, we are always using this convex lens. For magnifying the things, we are using this convex lens. We are using this in the magnifiers. Okay, and it could focus the light at one point, and we could see that bright spot on the screen, on the paper, and that is known to be as the focus. Now what is the focus? Focus means it is a point at which all the light is concentrated. All the light is concentrated. So what is a focus? Please understand, focus means a point you are getting. So what is a focus? It is a point at which all the refracting light, okay, or the light, simply light, falls and concentrates. Okay, so this is known as the focus. So this is all about the focus and the concave and the convex lens, children. Okay, now we have studied about the two major portions of this chapter, that is the mirrors and the lenses. So we have seen the different types of mirrors also, children, and we have also seen the different types of lenses. Now there are two types of lenses which were to be discussed, as we have discussed it just now, that the lenses could be of two types. One is concave and the convex lens, and we have also seen the different uses of all these mirrors, lenses now. So one part of this chapter is over. We'll start with the next part of this chapter, that would be the sunlight consists of different colors, dispersion and all. Okay, so many other phenomena are still left in this chapter, and this light chapter would be over when I'll be completing the dispersion, prism, and all the, even refraction is one of the term here. So what happens, we'll just discuss this refraction and all in the higher classes, children. Okay, so just please understand what is this what is the law, what is the way by which the light is getting bounced. That is because of the mirrors, and that follows laws. Even these laws are also not there in your 7th class. So I'll discuss this in next class when you will reach in class 8th. Okay, so I'll be discussing all these points in the new class. Fine. Now the things which are left in this chapter is about dispersion and the Newton's color disk and the different rainbow formation. Okay, so small things are there. I'll just discuss this again in the next class. So that's all for today's class, children. I'll meet you all in the next video with the next topics to be discussed. That's all for today.